Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Well, let's get it on. From here starts the speaking test. This is the speaking mock test of the International English Language Testing System taking place in Ross IELTS Academy. The candidate is Dariush Mofasser. The candidate number is 014-13278. The examiner is Joseph, examiner number 443533. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
My name is Joseph. Would you please tell me your full name?
My full name is Dariush Mofasser.
All right. Can I see your identification, please?
Yeah, here you are.
Thank you. Perfect. Thanks. Well, let's get it on. In the first part of the exam, I will ask you some personal questions. First, I'd like to ask you about your friends. What do you and your friends do together?
Oh, we're studying English and we're making films together because we're all interested in it.
And how do people in your country meet others and make friends?
In my country, the people, majority of people likes the tourists. So when they're meeting each other, you know, they're kind of interested in them. So they're just meeting.
And do adults and children make friends in the same way?
I think no, the children's making lots of friends than adults because, you know, the communication way is more easier for them and they have no special things.
Now let's move on to talk about laughter. Do you usually make your friends laugh?
Oh, yeah, actually, I do it a lot. They call me sometimes, you're doing so much, you're kind of clown. But I'm also offending of that word. I'm trying to be not approachable for them as a clown. So they say that.
And in what situations do people laugh?
I think they're laughing to things that they don't have the courage to do it. For example, especially in public places. When I'm doing something that it's illegal and they can't do it, they make them laugh.
And do you think it's important for friends to have the same sense of humor?
Oh, yeah, it's very important. When we're friends, the sense of humor is very essential. And for example, if we don't laugh together, it means that we can't be a friend.
Now, let's move on to talk about time management. How do you organize your time?
Oh, that's an interesting question. I'm an organized person. I always organize my times. I'm scheduling the things. And even in trips, I'm making an itinerary. And I'm always doing the things. First of all, I'm putting the important things, the entertainment first, then the things that are essential second.
Perfect. Now, do you think people organize time in the same way?
No, I don't think that some people are organized people, but some people are not organized. They're just doing the things randomly. They don't have plan to do it.
And how do you feel when you are late for an appointment?
Oh, that's a very terrible thing to happen to me. And I always try to be on time and do the things exactly the settled time. And I feel very bad about it.
All right. This is the end of part 1. Now, in part 2, I'm going to give you a topic. And I'd like you to talk about it for 2 minutes. Before you talk, you'll have 1 minute to think about what you're going to say. And you can make notes if you wish. But don't worry if I stopped you. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Now, the topic is, describe your time in a gym or a fitness center. Here's your pen and piece of paper with the topic on it, and your 1 minute time starts now. All right, your 1 minute preparation time is over and you can start speaking now.
Okay, I remember one time in high school grade, we went to the gym with my friend, one of my friends, his name was Zabbar, and we had a very good exercise, and that was the first 1 month I was started exercising. Then we finished the exercise. Then I take the figures and he take me pictures. I was totally very skinny person at that time, but I thought that I'm great. So I really, the poses on that picture, I remember that was the confidence was obvious from my faces, from my pictures. But these exercises, I think the things that I did in this at that time was useless. The exercises I supposed to do was useless to my body, and I didn't know anything about bodybuilding, but I thought I know everything about it. So I think that was a waste of time. And when I'm looking back to my pictures, when I'm looking back at that time, I think I kind of feel shy and less confident. So I'm learning a lot of things at that time till now. When we're knowing anything about something, we think that we know everything about it. But the more we know the things, the more we understand that we know anything. And I think it's the point of these exercises and the memory that I had with my friend. And I remember, even though one of the exercises we did inside the school with ping pong, and that was with my another friend named Gasemi, and that was kind of very ironic exercise as far as I remember. And
all right, that's the end of your 2 minute time. Would you please hand me back the piece of paper and the pen?
Sure.
And the pen, please. Thanks. Now we can move on to the third part. We've been talking about your time in a gym or a fitness center, and I'd now like to ask you some questions related to this. What types of fitness centers are popular in your country these days?
These days it's very popular actually, and most of the people, the awareness is spread in people's attitude. So it makes them to realize the importance of exercise in their life. So they're working out every day, most of them. Majority of people are athletes now, as far as I know, in my country, my vicinity. And what I think about them, but in past time, if we look to past time, it wasn't like this.
And are there any negative effects of exercising in gyms?
Yes, there are negative effects. There are some exaggeratings, as you know, in every field, even in exercising. So people using too much supplements, and it's harmful for their body, like creatine. It's very harmful for their body and their kidney. So they're exaggerating of using this, and sometimes they are doing the things wrong at gym, and there is no coach to consider that.
And do you think exercise and good health is being given more importance in society now, and why?
Yes, actually it has. In society, when the people all works out, the people all have a health body and health brain, it means that less drugs sells, less negative persons, and the whole society is kind of healthy people. It's obviously is a good effects to all the society.
And how do young people in your country feel about fitness?
About fitness, they just think it's showing up. They just think that they should pop up their body and just show them to people, and it's not all about this. It's a health issue. It's more than this. That's what I think.
All right. Yeah. And do you think gyms can introduce more fitness-related programs than just exercising on machines?
I'm sorry, could you please repeat the question?
All right, I'll go again. Do you think gyms can introduce more fitness-related programs than just exercising on machines?
Uh-huh. Exercising on machines. Yes, they do. They can more create these things more like recreation. They can recreate, they can make the things related to recreation, and people can have habits and exercising in the same time. And that's a very bright idea. I think if some rich person can think about it, he can make a very good recreation and complex and fitness system in the same area, and that's very important, and I think very efficient.
Can you elaborate on it more?
Oh yeah, sure. For example, if they do the exercise with what? With how can I? Actually, I have no idea what. But I think, I think about the general idea, and I have nothing special in my mind now for this matter. But I think if I think a lot about it, I can find something and I can present it to the rich people. That's an idea.
All right, thank you very much. This is the end of the speaking test, and now you can sit back and take a deep breath and relax. And give me please 2 minutes to review your performance and let you know about the results.
All right.
Speaking course. This course is made up of 5 offline speaking videos in which you will learn all the necessary tips and techniques to take the IELTS speaking test with a high score.
Tell me about your family. Do you
In addition to that, you will have access to useful grammar and vocabulary resources. Once you finish your course, you will have 1 online mock test of speaking along with comprehensive feedback under the same exam conditions.
Interesting question.
Join us to become our next successful candidate.
Welcome back. We reviewed your performance based on 4 criteria as you know them: fluency and coherence, lexical resource, grammatical range and accuracy, and pronunciation. These are the 4 criteria based on which we assess your performance. So let's go to fluency and coherence. You were fluent. You spoke at length without any noticeable effort. You kept on going and you could be easily followed. You were coherent, that's what matters. But the only thing you have to do is to use a wider range of connectives and link the sentences using a wider range of connectives like although, however, in the meantime, meanwhile, all those a little bit better and more beautiful connectives in order to sound more natural. But in general, you were highly capable of giving and producing long answers to the questions. This is what matters. When it comes to vocabulary, lexical resource, this is one of your strongest points. You used a variety of vocabulary, a variety of beautiful words to describe the situation, and you really caught my eye. You were amazing. You used the itinerary. You said ironic. You used collocations like the majority of people, or in the vicinity of, or health issues, and all of those collocations are perfect and are placed in the right situation. This is what makes your band score rises. So this is with regards to vocabulary. Of course, you've got a couple of misplaced words, or for example, you said health body instead of healthy body, and then you corrected it in the 3rd time that you used the same combination. And once you said confident instead of confidence. Yes, and these are minor mistakes that can easily be fixed by more practice and by better attention to the details. So then with regards to the grammatical range and accuracy, I really didn't notice any mistake grammatically speaking, except for more easier. It's easier. You don't need to add more to it. And I know that you know, but you were stressed out in the beginning. That happened in the first part of the exam. It's okay. But you were using the complex structures strongly and accurately. And you could speak at length. And when you elaborate on your responses, you did not face any problem. Some people face problem in using compound sentences, but you did use complex sentences with a high capability and efficiently. And that's what matters. Good job. And in terms of pronunciation, you don't have really any problem with pronunciation. You sounded naturally. You, of course, cared for the rise and fall and the rhythm and the music while speaking. I could get some of the messages through your emotions, and there are some emotions in your sentences. And that's because you really mean what you say, and you apply this music and rhythm and intonation. Good job. You had just one mispronunciation, and that's the word exercise, that you pronounced it as exercise. That's a very minor problem. You need to fix it. In terms of vocabulary, of course, you did have a wide range of vocabulary. It's okay, but pay attention to the part of speech. So, for example, if you want to use the noun, you have to use the noun form of the word. When I'm talking about the word confident. So you said confident, but it was a noun. You should have said confidence. If you pay attention to the part of speech, you would definitely increase your band score easily. Easily. Technically, yes. If you fix those problems, and especially if you use boosters, like you did once in the fluency part, I have jotted down that's a terrible thing to happen for a person. I consider it as a booster. I consider it a booster because it gives you time and energy, right, to talk about the issue. So when you say it, you buy yourself some time to find the idea. And you did have some hesitations, but those hesitations were content related. You were not searching for words. You were searching for ideas in order to answer the question. So use boosters like, that's a terrible question, or that's a hard question. That's a terrible thing to happen for a person, or oh my goodness, that's a situation which is terrible to happen to anybody. So when you use those boosters, and even some fillers, speech fillers, when you use speech fillers like sort of, or like, sort of, you know. When you use those fillers, you buy yourself some time to speak fluently and find the ideas. And when you find the ideas, you can confidently and easily speak and express your ideas and speak out your thoughts. Thank you very much. If you don't have any questions.
No, thank you very much.
Good luck.
Thank you.